Okay, so I accidentally stopped recording halfway through the last one. So I was on jar of orange sauce. I think I already talked about it, but yeah, buy oranges, bag of sugar, bag of starch, jar of vinegar come from the Chef NPC. Oranges were on the trading post for a little bit over a silver. After jar of orange sauce, you should make a loaf of tarragon bread. For that, you need a jug of water, bag of flour, packet of yeast, stuff you get from the Chef NPC, and then tarragon leaves, which are pretty cheap, 26 copper each if you don't already have a bunch. After that is raspberry peach compote. Raspberries are really cheap off of the trading post, bag of sugar from the Chef NPC. And then for peaches, you do need to go to a heart NPC. The heart NPC is in Fireheart Rise, which is one of the Char or like Ascalon areas for, I think it's like level 60 to 70 or something. The closest waypoint is right here. And again, this zone is Fireheart Rise, and it's kind of here in relation to everything else. The heart is right here. It is, I'm not going to try to pronounce this, but yeah, that's the tribe of Grawl. And he sells peaches once you complete the heart. Make sure to open the bag and deposit it into your material inventory. After that, we are going to make super veggie pizza. And for that, you have to buy fancy veggie pizza off of the trading post. So on the trading post, they are about like a little under 2 silver, so it's not the cheapest thing. If you happen to have something that you can make for cheaper around the rating level of 350, you can go ahead and do that instead. Artichoke are really cheap off the trading post. And then eggplant you get from an NPC in Mount Maelstrom. So it's another case where you do have to do the heart first. If you don't want to, again, that was around the rating of 350, so if there's something else you can make without having to come to a heart, you can certainly do that. She's closest to this judgment waypoint, and this is its relation compared to like the volcano. So it's all the way over here on the east side of the map. And then once you complete it, she will sell eggplant as an option. After that, we're going to make a bowl of blueberry, or not blueberry, it's a mixed berry, I think, pie filling. I'll see in a second. Okay, I think it was mixed, yeah, so a bowl of mixed berry pie filling. You do have to buy a bowl of blueberry pie filling for this. It was just over a silver. If you prefer to make them, you certainly can. For me, just buying it wasn't that big of a deal. Strawberries are really cheap, 9 copper each. Raspberries are like 20. Blackberries are around 12, so the rest is really cheap. Make that until it turns gray. After that will be omnom berry pie filling. Omnom berries are really cheap off the trading post. Well, not really cheap, but relatively cheap. A bag of sugar and starch from the Chef NPC, and lemons from that NPC in Jandaran Fields if you need more. It didn't seem like there were a ton of recipes around 425, so if you want, you can discover random stuff. I would say try to just stick with stuff that's over the 250 or so rating. For example, like whatever this is so far is just a rating of 50. So if I made that now, it really wouldn't bump up anything at all. Above 250, it did seem like it gave a tiny boost that still made it a little bit worth it. And the higher that you get, like if you're making something around 400 as discovery, that's going to be even better, but you shouldn't bother making more than one of most of that stuff because typically it'll still turn out gray, and it's not going to be any more XP to continue making it once you discover it. Something you could do is make these bloodstone bricks or any of these other 3 here. It's a way to get rid of some of these things that you might have a ton of in your bank. You do have to buy these things here though. This NPC does not sell them, but the like armor smith and weaponsmith NPCs do. They are kind of pricey though. If you wanted to make 10 of those bloodstone bricks, you would be spending about a gold and 50 silver, so it's up to you if you want to go that route. Another option around 425 is soul cake, and soul cake requires omnon berries, which again were relatively cheap. These 2 from the chef NPC, and then a bowl of baker's wet ingredients you can either make if you have the ingredients for. If not, you can buy it. It is a little pricey. It's just under 5 silver, and unfortunately you do need to have 2 of them to make the soul cake. Another thing you could do if you wanted, but it seems a little more expensive than making soul cake, would be a chef's tasting platter. You can buy all of these. They're not super expensive, except for the bowl of truffle risotto is around 18 silver. Once you reach 450, it's really simple to keep going from there. As far as like right away, maybe not reaching exactly 500, but right at 450 it's pretty simple because you can make this bottle of simple syrup. You do have to discover it in here like everything else, but it just requires a bag of sugar and a jug of water from the chef NPC. So from all of that and then random discovery of stuff, I did reach 490 and got 16 levels because I had used a level 40 boost in the first place. So theoretically then if you wanted to level another crafting discipline as well on this character, you could earn another like 16 levels, I would assume. Over here at weaponsmithing, you can get XP, of course, from refining stuff as well as taking an inscription and then combining it with the pieces of weapons, or if you're doing one of the armor ones, pieces of armor, and just using discovery for that. And that's pretty much it. I think I've covered everything, and I apologize this is in 2 different videos because I don't happen to have any kind of editing software on my computer at the moment, so I'm just uploading like the raw files to YouTube, so sorry. Anyway, that's it.